G'day everybody, I'm at the Cariboo River Valley today because I'm going to go on a little scouting mission. Now, I've been calling Mount Ishpa Mount Kaza for years, and Tyler corrected me this morning. Tyler who works for the district. Thank you, Tyler. I like to have my names right. I mean, it's just a word that humans put on a feature on the earth, right? There it is. This is bad news. My God.
Falling out right now.
Anything could happen. Get on! Wow. I'll watch the video later. They dry up in this. Ishpa is the tallest mountain in Bowen Provincial Park, and there's a new logging block I saw that goes sort of right onto the flank of it, and I have a feeling that if I could find that road, I could climb that mountain. Anyways, it's very smoky today. Unfortunately, you can't see the beautiful mountains in Bowen Park behind me, so that's one good reason not to do any climbing today. This is just a scouting mission. But Cariboo Valley, this is a beautiful place, man. This is as good as it gets. Well, I've gone as far as the new logging roads will allow me. These deactivations are not overcomable for my truck, but I've made it to where I think I want to be. So that's super cool. I believe this is the approach that I was looking at from over there. See that mountain in the distance, see the smoke right now? That's where I was standing, that far one, last time we made a mountaineering video. So this isn't bad. I mean, that mountain peak's right there. That's a lot of forest to walk through to go up any one of these, but it's doable. And there's the Matthew River Valley. It's really beautiful out here, but it's so smoky. Wouldn't have been a good day to climb because all the great views would not be there. Well, that'll be a hard bushwhack from the top of this logging block up the ridge crest, but there's no water to cross because there's the creek right there. And then you're up on the ridge crest, and it's a straight gander to the top of Ishpa. I mean, I could cross the river here and go straight up this way, but I think that's a taller peak here with a quicker drop. This would be a more relaxed hike, I think. That's it. That's the one. It's doable. Might need to prepare for a possible overnighter in order to do it though. But if the weather does hold out Monday, Tuesday, which I'm not saying it will, I've said everybody it's going to start changing then, but maybe it'll hold off long enough that I could conceivably get up here in a couple of hours. I'd be on top of that guy, and I don't know, I bet you it's 10 hours from here to the top, something like that. It's a long go. You can try. At least if I'm on that first ridge crest, I know the rest is doable. Whether or not I finish it this year or not, it'll be a good sign that this is completely doable and that it's not that far from here to the edge of the tree line. It really isn't. It's not that far at all. It's very doable. All right, it's doable. Gonna do it. Here's the gorgeous, beautiful Matthew River. It's so beautiful here that I thought I'd just stop and have a flat tire. And what's awesome is that I don't have my 7-bolt fucking lug thing that's supposed to be Ford needs to take the tire off. For some reason it's not in the truck. So I got the spare tire off and everything ready to go, and I can't get this tire off. I guess I better start walking and have to come back here and deal with this tomorrow somehow because I don't have the fucking thing I need. Well, this is me defeated at 4 p.m. and I'm going to start the long walk to Wells, and hopefully by the time I make up to the 3100 road, someone will come by. Maybe they'll even have a fucking proper bolt pattern. Who knows? Or maybe I just walk all the way back to Wells. At least I got a sweater with me. I got a bottle of water. I know a couple key water spots along the way, so that's good. I did limp the truck to Matthew River here where I was able to get water. So that's good that I didn't, once I stopped, the air came out of her completely. So I knew I had to get as close to the 31 road as I could. Fortunately, this is still 5 or 6K off of it. And people don't, it's not a highway. There's a good chance I don't see anybody all day, except loggers. They have Fords. Yeah, fuck. Oh well, now you get to see my survival situation here, where Tyler, the district, had just said, make sure you have bear spray. I never carried this shit. Well, the Matthew River is full of grizzlies. Yeah, I know. I'll just go break down there. I know exactly what happened here. So I took my truck to this backyard mechanic back in July. He did shocks. No, he did brakes and some U-joints, things like that. All of his work was bad. I was out in the bush with the truck, chasing a storm, and the brake pad fell off and jammed up in there, and I couldn't reverse to turn around to get out. So he screwed me once already. So I took the truck to another mechanic there. I just got it back yesterday. The other mechanic, he fixed all those repairs, and he says to me, I couldn't find your 7-bolt pattern. I said, oh yeah, it's in the glove box there, it should be there. He said, well, I had my own, so I used it instead. Okay, I thought nothing of it. Slipped my mind until now. Now I know what happened. That first shitty mechanic didn't put the lug back in there, so he screwed me twice now. But I guess that's nature's way of saying I needed more time in the rainforest here, out in the Cariboo wilderness, and almost out of the river valley at least now. And it's 20 after 4, so I'm not making it back by dark if I'm walking. We gotta really hope someone comes along once I get up to the 3100 road. I guess while we got each other here, I might as well say a few things about survival situations. Number one is your attitude. It's the big thing, you know, not panicking or getting upset, because it won't help you. It'll only make it harder for you. Mental health's the number one killer in a survival situation, really. That panic that forces you to make bad decisions. So, mental health, having a good attitude, not panicking, not stress, operational stress, right? So you have to accept things, accept the situation. And that's the only way to not be mad about it. And the only way to make good decisions is to understand this is how it is and it's not going to change, except by making good choices and getting out of it. So that's number one. Secondly, I mean, this is a different situation because I'm going to try to walk as far as I can. I didn't see a logging truck after Cariboo River. I didn't see anybody else this far back, so that's still 10 kilometers to the river from my present whereabouts. You know, that's 2 hours of walking. I'm not getting back by nightfall unless I come into a person. So I have to accept that no one's back here, possibly. I'm coming up to the 31 road now, though, so that's nice. Making progress fast. And, you know, I'll get out of this one way or the other. And hopefully without any grizzly confrontations. That's my concern on the road more than when I'm in the bush, because animals like to show up at the road. Okay, next thing to think about is how to make use of what you got. So I only had one bag that could carry anything with me, so I got it here strapped on, but I can't carry very much. So I took whatever was usable that would fit in there in the truck, which isn't much. Got a granola bar in there, a bottle of water. Do have noon tablets, so that should help with dehydration. That's positive. And I do have 2 sweaters, because we do know that it gets down to 0 already. From watching if you watched my forecast this morning, you'd see in my weather station, we got down to 1.5 last night. And that's too cold for how I'm dressed. So, you know, I got some basic things at least. That should help me get through this. 3100 road. Right on. Here's a main thoroughfare. This goes from Barkerville to Likely. The odds now that it's Labor Day of anybody being driving down it at this time of day who isn't working is pretty small, but the most important thing once I realized I couldn't put the tire on the truck was I let down the jack quickly and took the truck off the bridge where I had it parked there. Nice flat surface for working on. And decided to get up to this road as fast as I could. That's already 4:48. So that already lowers the odds of someone getting here if I waited much longer fucking around down there. So this was my main goal, just to get to the 31. Because at least somebody would possibly be coming through here. Whereas on that B road, nobody was going to come down there. I was only walking out of there. I bet you I could sit there for fucking days and nobody would come. Right? That's why I go there. 31:45. Just 45 kilometers to the Barkerville turnoff, Kenny. Whenever you see that arrow there, that means, see that flagging tape here. That's because there's a fire here and they made that arrow to tell you where the fire is. We tell each other. So here's their trail in, which means there's a cut trail going up into the bluffs there. So that's for another day. And over here's a danger tree assessor gate. Danger tree falling was complete by Ravens. The Raven unit crew were here. I thought it would be SciFac. And LOD low, 2 tree lengths around staging. Raven Delta 2. Bet you didn't know I'd be stranded out in the wilderness checking your work. That's a danger tree you missed? No, it's not. No, eat it. You eat it, it's fine. All right. Well, that's the last interesting thing for the next 3 kilometers. Except for an old tire. So here's the thing about me is I'm pretty trained, you know. I've long ago accepted that every time I go in the wilderness, I'm taking a risk that I might get stuck out here or something might happen to me, right? Being stranded on a road, you know, somewhere that you know, that's not so bad. Oh, look, there's a fire up there. Huh. Isn't that funny? I've seen a fire. It's obviously from that old fire that was here already. I'd call that skunkage. Maybe rank 1, maybe rank 2. Maybe a little bit of rank. Oh my God, I'm lost in the wilderness and it's on fire. So there's our fire puffing up on the hillside. I've always wanted to go up on those rock bluffs. So it's 20 after 5 already. And I'm still 3 kilometers from Cariboo River itself. And from there, 39 to Wells. Fuck me. While I'm here, I might as well stop and pay attention to these cedars. Look at the size of these guys. They're humongous. They're not very tall here, but that's a big, big tree, man. So that's how big this tree is compared to me. No way I'm putting my arms around this guy. So Cariboo River Wilderness still has this beautiful inland rainforest, right? And I think it's in grave danger from fire, from climate change, from logging. Although I don't think Quesnel mills go after the cedar much. Rainbow Creek. This is what I was waiting for. Good water hole right here. Perfect mountain water. Better than that Matthew River water I was drinking. I'm gonna stop here and drink one whole bottle and fill up another and use one of my noons in it. I do have time to water up good before I'm into the higher country again where there's no water. That last little while wasn't so bad. It was all downhill. After Cariboo River, it's all uphill, so it's gonna suck pretty bad. I mean, obviously Cariboo River is a good place to camp if I was gonna do that. And I have fire, I have everything I need to batten down for the night. But I feel like there's still enough sunlight that I could maybe get, I don't know, 10K down the road further away. Maybe some of those loggers are actually coming and going. The best thing I can do is just keep walking. And it's going to be dark and it's going to be no moonlight, but at least the stars will guide me between the trees. I've done that many times over the years. Just let the stars guide you. Vehicle pulling into the Cariboo River. Unfortunately, it looks like they're pulling in to stay. That guy didn't seem too helpful. They're all going the wrong way anyways. Fuck it. Fuck them. Well, one thing I gotta say about seeing my first 2 vehicles. When I'm out in places like this, and I see a guy who's walking around alone. I'm like, hey, what's up? He's like, oh, my vehicle's broke down back there. I stop whatever the fuck I'm doing and bring him home. You know? But tourists, they're different because it's their vacation fucking time. It's all about them. I get it. So I dropped the hints and he's like, oh, is there any better camping up that way? I was like, yeah. Tell him where Ghost Lake is. So let that be a lesson, you know? If that guy, he's the last person who ever sees me alive because of some fucking grizzly fuck. You know, I hope it wears on his conscience. Part of me feels like accepting a ride now would make for a shitty video. 38. So what does that make it now? That's like What's Matthew River at 51? It's like 13 kilometers so far and counting. There's a vehicle. I hear it. I hear him though. I think. Yep. Thank you, Theo and Bart. Now you are gonna be part of the movie. Well, I figure it's a good chance to talk about survival while I, walk endlessly. So much appreciated. Well, Theo and Bart are my new heroes. Thanks when you watch this, Bart, for sure. And I know he's been following my forecast for a while, so maybe that's good when you get picked up and people are like, okay, I know you're crazy, but I know you're harmless because I know you. You know, it's one of the good things about having a bit of a reputation, right? So really appreciated that. And they were also mountaineers. So this is what was cool. The old retired couple out driving for, I don't know what they're doing, booze cruise or going out to find some place to have 7-year-old head. Okay, they're out driving in the wilderness and drive right by me waving, hi. I'm so glad they did, because I would rather have been in with other climbers. So these guys, they went out to the Cariboo wilderness today and they went up near Mount Matthew, I think. And we're trying to find a route up there. And like where I want to go, it's got no trails. So it's trial and error sometimes. You make attempts and realize you're running out of time. You're not going to make it there that day, that kind of thing. So, but when you see this, Bart, I didn't say this to you at the time, but I would go hiking with you guys anytime. I'd really love to do that. So find me on Facebook and send me a message, man. And thanks again. So for the rest of you, it's not the first time I've been stranded out in the bush. So get used to it. For the rest of you, I want to spend more time in the wilderness doing what I do. So please hit like, share, subscribe, keep me in business here. My forecasting's free for anybody who needs it. You know, I don't expect a return. But if you do join the Patreon or you become a member on YouTube channel and make donation toward the cause, towards the forecasting, towards my adventuring and wilderness adventures in my video making, I'm going to need that. Fire season's over, right? So I want to just keep doing what I do because I think there's value in it. Okay, I think that's all for me today. Again, thanks Theo, thanks Bart, and go to hell you other vehicles. I hope you have a terrible night in the wilderness. No, I don't. No, I don't. I could have pushed the issue. I said to the guy, like, oh, well, if you're coming back this way, I'd really like a ride. And he's like, yeah, well, is there better camping up that way? He's pointing the other direction, and I'm like, this guy only cares about his camping trip, I guess, whatever. So, cool, man. Enjoy your camping trip. I'm glad I didn't spoil it by making you have to come all the way back to Wells because other people came out of the wilderness instead. And I had to walk a long ways before anyone showed up, so you never know, right? I've been on that road and not seen anybody, and then I've been on that road and it's been like fucking the 401. There's so many people back there. So after Labor Day, I expected to be pretty dead, and it was. Anyways, that's the show. Bye, everybody.